Okay, so by now you should have almost completed your new WordPress site, but we still have one really important step, which is to complete the setup of your header and footer. So I'll be showing you step by step how to get it all finished up. And don't worry if what I'm showing you doesn't look like your website. It wouldn't anyway, because it's your content, your images, your colors. So it really doesn't matter what your website looks like. The steps to do the header and footer are the same either way. So let's get back into the computer and finish things up. So right now where you need to be is just on your website somewhere. Could be the homepage, could be any other page. You just need to be logged into WordPress so you kind of see this bar up top, and then you're just looking at your website. From there, you just go up to Customize. So now we've got this new side panel, and you're just going to go to Header Builder. And you'll see it says the header on this page is set from the transparent header. So almost all of the headers in starter templates do use this transparent header. So, which I think actually looks pretty cool. We just need to do a little bit of work to it to make sure it actually reflects the looks we want. And right now you can see it's kind of hard to read these elements. So we're going to go bit by bit. We're going to change the logo, the navigation, including the style, and adding any extra pages that you want to include here, and then the button. And we're also going to make sure that it looks great on mobile too. So the first thing we need to do is, if you're getting this message here, we need to click on Customize Transparent Header. Now I do generally like to put it on Enable on Complete Website, and then I click off these other options so it does show on the whole website. Then I'm going to click down on Enable on Desktop and Mobile. Then right down here it says different logo for transparent header. So yeah, this is the base logo it comes with, Outdoor Adventure. We're going to replace it with our own. So first of all, ideally you do want to have a logo that's in a PNG file format, meaning it has no background to it. It's just kind of a transparent background. And you can easily create one of these on Canva. There are a million YouTube tutorials teaching how to do that. Maybe I'll make one of them one of these days. Or if you have a designer who made your logo for you, just get the PNG file from them. They'll know what you're talking about. So I'm just going to click on Change Image, and I've already got a logo ready to go. Keeping in mind when it's for a website, you do want it to generally be, in a horizontal format like that. And just so you know, as I'm doing this, sometimes this page is kind of crashing when I add something new to it. So some of these steps, what's actually happening is there's kind of a bug where everything is going blank over here. If that happens for you, you just want to click on publish or save or update, whatever it says up here, then refresh the page and get back to where you were. It's a little annoying, but hopefully it'll be worked out soon. And hopefully you won't be dealing with it at all. And where it says different logo for Retina devices, I'm going to click that off. Now you do have a few options here. So notice on this page how the background's a little busy, right? And it's a little hard to read some of these, this navigation. There's a few things we could do here. We could make this logo bigger. We could just do things to make it stand out more. We could make this text stronger so it stands out more. But I do want to show you another option you have in case you want to use it. So if you wanted to, we can actually add kind of an overlay on top of this. We can make it a solid color to where it's not really a transparent header anymore, or we could just make it semi-transparent so you can still see through it. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's go up to Design. We're still customizing the transparent header. I'll go to Design, and then under Background Overlay. So we'd click here, we'd choose black or whatever color you want, but I think, don't go too crazy here. It shouldn't compete for attention too much. And then we would just kind of back it out to where you can still kind of see the background underneath it, but now this text is way more legible. And I still think that does look nice and clean and modern. And we would just want to make sure that it's going to look the same on mobile too. So I'm going to click right here to get us to the mobile view. So yeah, it does not look right. So it's white here. Let's click that. Let's choose black. And then we can do the same thing. We can kind of make it a little more transparent if we want to. All right, cool. Looks good to me. So let's click back to get to the desktop view. And now what we want to do is we want to mess with this menu itself. So we're going to click this little pencil icon on the menu. Now, the first thing we want to do is actually change some of these navigation items, because we did add a blog and we did change the name of project. In this case, depending on which video you came from, we did a little bit of work. We changed some of the page names maybe, or we added some pages. So I'm going to show you how to have tight control over what pages show up here and how to name them. So we want to go to Configure Menu, from here. Then the primary menu is what's showing. So we're just going to click on Edit Menu. And here's where we have all the different elements. So we have the home page, we have About, we have Services. Let's say, because in this instance for this website we did before, we changed the name Projects to Client Success. Could be case studies, could be testimonials, could be a gallery page, whatever that is. And then we would collapse that. And then Contact, let's talk about that. This button is actually going to go to the contact page, so we don't need it happening 2 times right next to each other. So all we need to do is click on it and then go down to Remove. And I think that's about all we need to do here. But if you wanted to add another page, you just click on Add Items. And then all of your pages are going to show up here. So all you would need to do, like let's say sample page, you want to add that. Now that gets added to the list here, and you can see it up here. But we're just going to delete that. So we're just going to click on the X and on Publish. Okay, so now we just need to back out, and we're going to go back to Customize Transparent Header, and we're going to go to Design. So you'll see we have a few things here. We have the text color, the normal text color is white, and the hover and active color is this magenta color, which you can see here how I hover, and then we're on the home page, so that's the active color. But what if we wanted to replace it with this other color that we've already established? So unfortunately, we know how we saved this color in Elementor. The colors you save in Elementor are not put into this color system, unfortunately. So we're going to have to find it again. So generally, you're just going to have to write down the color code, and you just want to paste it right in here. All right, so now our menu colors are set in stone, and they look pretty good. So all we need to do now is go back out of Transparent Header. We need to go into just our normal header. And then we're going to click on the menu itself because we need to talk about the fonts. Maybe we want to change that. So let's click on the pencil right here. And then under Design, we're going to go down and then we're going to find Menu Font. So just click right there. And let's say you didn't want it to inherit the styles you've already set up. Maybe you just wanted to do something different that reads better. So I'm going to click here and I'm just going to type on Montserrat and then weight. I might make it a little bolder. So let's do semi-bold. And let's do under text transform uppercase. And I like that. I think that looks pretty good. Now we just need to talk about this button. So obviously it's not the right color. So let's click on the pencil there and then under design. And then there we just choose the color we want. So I'm going to paste in that same green color. All right, so now let's take a look at this on mobile to see what we're dealing with. So let's click on this right here till we get to mobile. Okay, so now we've got this little toggle button basically that you open up for the menu. So obviously the colors here don't match yet. So let's just take these one at a time, starting with this button. We'll click on the pencil. And then here we can choose from 3 different icons. We've got 2 different versions of the hamburger menu, those 3 lines, or we've got the 3 dots. I kind of like the dots. I think that's fun. So I'm just going to go over to design now. And then here's where we choose the background color. So just so you know, the icon color refers to the white of those 3 dots, and the background color is the background behind it. So let's just put in our green color. And then if we click on this, now we've got this menu. So let's click here to make sure those colors are right. And then we'll go to design and then down on text and link. We can choose to have these be, we can choose to have those be the green color, but they're on white. So I think let's just make them all the same color as this. I'm just going to copy that color, and I'm just going to do the same for these as well, all the way across. Or you could just do black if you want. It doesn't really matter. So let's just click on here to see what we've got. And obviously the colors are not what they should be. So the way we fix these, I know it's a lot of back and forth. They haven't exactly made this very easy, but hopefully you're following along with me. What we actually need to do is go back out and then go to the transparent header again. And then under design, here's where we choose it. So we've already got under text link, normal, we're just going to choose black. And then under the hover, you can make it anything else you wanted. I don't recommend the green because I don't think that would read very well on the white. But, maybe it's just kind of more of a charcoal, less of a black, just to kind of give a little bit of feedback. It's subtle, but it's something. But I do think it looks pretty good. So let's just click on publish and we'll go back to our desktop view. All right, so I think this looks pretty good up top. Now let's talk about what happens on the bottom on our footer. So we're going to customize this guy next. So all we need to do is click on this arrow to go back. And now we're going to go down to Footer Builder. And this one's definitely easier than what we just did. Okay, so you'll notice this is arranged in a few different layers. This is the only one with anything in it, and that's what we're looking at here with this dark gray background. If we put anything here, it would add another layer up here, and then anything down here would be another layer down here, and we can change the background colors of each if you wanted to get fancy with it. But honestly, I think simple is best for a footer. So I'm just going to try to make this a 2-column layout instead of 1. So all we need to do is go over to the settings right here, and I'm just going to choose 2 columns. So HTML1, that is this text editor right here. That's all this stuff right here. So it's the address, the phone number, the email address. So all you would need to do here is I recommend putting in the name of your business and your address and your phone number exactly the way, if you have a Google My Business account, you'd want it to be exactly the same. So it's all very closely aligned, which is what Google wants to see. So I'm going to align this to the left. Oh, actually I have to select it before I do that. Then align to the left. I might make my business name bold. Let's see what we've got here. And then I'm going to take the copyright line. I'm going to put it in the row below. So then you would click that. And if you didn't do your site title right, you might just want to put in your actual business name here. But then there's other things you could put in over on this column too. So if you just click here on the plus icon, you could put in a footer menu. You can do all these different widgets. You could do like a map or another text block or social icons, anything like that. I'm just going to put in a footer menu, and then I'm going to click that to kind of figure out what we've got. So we don't really have a footer menu configured, but what if you just want to repeat all the items in your header menu? Just click on configure menu from here, and then go down to footer menu, and we're going to select the menu we already have because we only have one. So I'm just going to click on that, and then we have it right here. So if you had another menu, if you set that up in WordPress, you'd be able to choose that. But for now, we're just going to work with what we've got. So let's go back and back again, and then we'll go back to Footer Builder. We somehow lost our place there. We'll click on the footer menu, and you've got some options here. So right now it's inline, meaning they're all next to each other, or you could stack them and align them to the left. It probably looks better. I like that. I think it looks good, but we definitely want to change the color, right? So to do that, we just click on this and then go to design. And then we're just going to choose, I'm just going to choose white. I think it's going to look the cleanest. And menu spacing, if you wanted to give these a little bit more breathing room between them, you can just kind of do it like that. I think that looks pretty nice. Now, if you wanted to change the background color of this, all you need to do is go to the primary footer. You need to go to the settings right here, and then design, background, and then you can choose any color you want to choose. Might do something just kind of back to where it was. And then this is a separate, under section of it. So you can either choose it to match the same, you can just choose the same color for both, or if you wanted to make this one, let's say like maybe even darker. So you'd go to design, background, and let's just make this one pure black. And then we'll check it out on our responsive views. Let's go over to mobile down here. And we've got a few issues here. The only main issue I would say is we probably want these all to be left justified. So let's just click on that element and then alignment over to the left. All right, that looks pretty good to me. So I'm just going to click up on publish. All right, so now that your site's wrapped up, there are a ton of different directions you can go in terms of next steps. So whatever you want to do next, I did put together this playlist of all my best tips, tutorials, and advice to get you more traffic to your new site, or how to choose the best images, how to be able to take appointments right on your website, you name it. So just click right here and just choose your own adventure based on what's most important to you now. So click here and I'll see you over there in a second.